Good evening. How are we all? Well, I hope. So tonight I've got 3 games plus a bonus, which you will already know what they are because I put it in the title description. First game we're going to be playing is Batman. Tell you what, no, I'm going to say hello again to everyone and say hello to the people in the chat that might be watching. You know, it just felt a bit impersonal then, just like diving straight into it. You know, like I had a purpose, and that's not right, is it? That's not right. So who have we got so far? We have Ben. Hello, Ben. How are you? And we also have Martin. Hello there, Martin. I hope you're both well, and I hope you've had a very, very good week. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it was Wednesday, wasn't it? We did the council on Wednesday, so that would have been the last time that I spoke. Well, I didn't speak to you personally, but it was the last time I was streaming, wasn't it? So yeah, hope you've had a good week since then, and hope you're enjoying your relaxing Sunday evening. And while you're going to watch me play some Spectrum games. So now, yes, I'm going to get into it. We're back on the Spectrum because I know the last one that we did, I was doing Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare on the 360. I still plan and intend to go back to that, but I wanted, on the run up to Christmas, I wanted to get back into Spectrum because, well, I'll get to that later. Excuse me. So tonight we're going to be playing Batman, the 89 version from Ocean. We're going to be playing Robocop, again from Ocean. We're going to be playing Exolon from Hewson, and then the bonus game is going to be Berzerk for the Atari 2600. So we'll first take a look at, as we usually do, the game before we get into it. So again, like I said, Batman, let me just get my notes up. So there we go. This was the first release on the Spectrum. It came in a very nice cardboard box. And we open the cardboard box up, and inside we have an Ocean baggie. And inside this baggie we have the cassette. So a black cassette with dark blue printing of the writing on, and all it says there is just Batman the movie, Spectrum 48K 128K. We have, if we can get it out, very tight is the bag, a very, very thick, extensive instruction booklet which tells you the controls, how to play the game, etc., things like that. The reason why it's so big is because it has it in all various different languages. Now, unusually, I suppose you could say, for a Ocean box release, this one doesn't come with a poster. However, there was an offer, and it says it on the oh no, sorry, yeah, I'll get to that. Yes, there was an offer where you could send off for a fold-out poster, but that wasn't on this. But what you do get in this one is a sticker, a Batman sticker. There we go. That's all unused and still on its backing. This isn't my original from back in the day. I think I've said it before, all my Spectrum stuff from back in the day was given away. I was caught off guard. It was while I think I was in my second year at college, I think I was, and it was, what can I say now? Yeah, I was second year at college. I was distracted by other things, let's say, and my dad at the time was like having a bit of a clear out and things like that, and he said, "Oh, do you mind if I give this?" And it was given away to my nephew, and I didn't mind, you know. I mean, it's and I hope he got a lot of good use out of it. But it all went. So, but my original sticker from my original copy of Batman game, I cut that bottom bit off where it says Ocean. I cut that off, and I believe I stuck that on my wardrobe. I had. It was also very 80s. I had like built-in wardrobes, but not built into the wall. They were like just built. You know, the old chipboard, Conti board, wasn't it? Conti board, chipboard with like that vinyl on the front. Yeah, I remember my dad building me these wardrobes in the bedroom, and they had like a mirror on it, and I stuck that. I think it was just above the mirror, and it also had me other posters on, like Batman posters, Robocop, things like that, all movie posters and things. So yeah, that's like I say, it's not my original one, but there it is. I've got it back nonetheless. So I'll just put these back in the bag. Keep stuff nice and tidy and where it needs to be. And then, so like I say, the front of the box, nothing, just pretty plain and basic, which was the whole shtick for. I remember when Batman came out, and it was literally just that. That was all you got, and there was just so much hype. This is the Batmania thing, you know. There's so much hype about it, and I don't mind admitting I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker. You know, I went full on Batmania. You know, vinyl soundtrack, the vinyl singles, the cassette singles, the CD, the hat, the T-shirt, the figures. It was just the comics. I was just full on in for it all. And then the back of the box there just shows you various screenshots, and it also just tells you that you get a free sticker in with it. Screenshots that we have there look like... Yeah, they look like the Amstrad, and I would possibly suggest maybe the Commodore. No Spectrum screenshots, which isn't unusual, to be fair, for Spectrum games, especially when it got to the later years, like what we got with the with the movie tie-in licenses and things like that. So I'll just give you a bit more info about the game before we move on and start playing it. Oh, and actually, before I'll go through the chat as well. So, like I say, Batman the movie, released in 1989 by Ocean Software. When it first came out, it was $9.99, which was maybe it wasn't the higher tier of expensive, but it was up there kind of thing, you know. Especially when you consider that a lot of games back then were $1.99 from companies like Mastertronic and Codemasters. But you still had the mid-range, so $9.99 was getting towards the upper edge of game prices for the Spectrum. Yeah, so just looking at my notes here, I'm just reminding myself. Yeah, so I think Batman '89 was one of the last games that I got for the Spectrum. I had the Spectrum Plus 2 at that point. I'd had the Spectrum Plus 2 3 years, because I got that when it came out in '86. That was when April '86 is when Amstrad bought them out, and so it came out. I think the Plus 2 came out that was it September? I think it was either August or September. The Plus 2 came out of '86, but that's when I got it, because the one that I had was essentially the internal gubbins, if you will, were essentially just the 1 to 8K Plus, which had been released by Sinclair the year before in '85. So a lot of the architecture was the same. It wasn't until the year after when Amstrad redesigned the architecture, and you had the Plus 2A, which was differentiated between the Plus 2, because the Plus 2 was a light grey, the Plus 2A was a dark grey. Anyway, I digress and sidetrack. I have to keep myself on a bit of a leash here when we start talking about Spectrum stuff. So what have I said? So what's left on my notes here? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all. I think it's a great game. Played it numerous times, completed it numerous times, and when I get to play Robocop, which came out the year before in '88, you'll see. They are very, very similar games. The graphics are very similar, and I think it was just maybe a change in coding for the sprites and things like that, the characters. But you'll see that when I get to it. Batman was reviewed in Crash issue 70, which was November of '89, and it got an overall 93%, which was a Crash smash. Again, fantastic game. Right, I will do the chat now, and then we'll get into playing the game. So we've done the hellos. Where are we? Where's my chat box gone? There it is. There it is. So yeah, we've done the hellos of Ben and Martin. Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah, you watched the F1. Yeah, Lando. He did well. Yeah, he can't take that away from him. Yeah, he won. It was a well, it wasn't a really closely fought race, was it? Really? I mean, Max was just off and done. It's a shame. Well, no, it's not a shame. I'm happy for Lando. I would have preferred to have Max to have won, but that's just my own personal choice. If nothing more for the fact that he massively outperformed that car. He, for me, is the best driver on the grid at the moment. That Red Bull wasn't a particularly great car this season, but he managed to wring its neck, and he was always competitive, always. Where McLaren had the best car they had the best car of the starting back end of the season, of the 24 season. All this year they were very dominant, but a few curious choices and a few mistakes and slip-ups by the drivers and team, basically allowed Max to catch up, and it went down to the wire. But no, enjoyable season. Looking forward to next season when the rule changes and it all gets a bit mixed up. Hopefully it'll level it out a bit more and it'll become more about the drivers. So yeah, that's it. Okay, move on. Next comment. Martin. Oh, thank you, Martin. Appreciate that. How do you? Oh, hi, Andy. How do you do editing in progress? We will speak about it at another point. We'll have a chat, and I'll. If you pop around at some point, I'll show you as well, Andy. We've got a hey Andy, hey Martin. Andy's not Batman. Andy, MFI special. Yes, that's the one. Yeah. MFI. Yeah. Benjamin likes my cool box. You can't beat a nice box, I tell you. It's a cool box. Agreed. Benjamin, same age as me. Sorry, that gave me. Oh, go away, Benjamin. Martin was 16, going on 17 in 89. What was I in 89? Was I 15? I was 15. Yeah, I was 15, I think. 15 or 16. Rudy! Hello there, Rudy. Lovely festive colours of red and green. Yes, I've got my my festive Transformers. Oh, let's just remove the chat there. I've got my festive Transformers t-shirt on today. I thought I might as well get it worn, because usually I don't wear it while later on in December. But I thought, why not? Let's just put it on. It was 104 points behind. It was brilliant comeback by Max, only to lose it. Let's just get rid of that. By 2. Yes, yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. Good evening, Phil. We've got a Phil and a Phil. Right then, I can assure you, Phil, there will be no Transformers in today's game stream. Right, and with that, I think we'll get started, shall we? And here we are. I think I've edited that correctly. Oh, where's my emulator? Oh, there it is. There it is. Right then. Oh, what's this Martin saying now? Oh, 1789 would have gone 17 December 88. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, I think you're about a year, 2 year older than me, aren't you, Martin? Us old buggers, shall we say. I hadn't seen this was upcoming. The only Transformers is Ed's t-shirt. Yeah, well, actually, yes, you're right there, Ben. Yeah, sorry, my apologies, Phil. There is some Transformers content. Hey, Rudy, hey, Gareth. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this in 128K, because that way we get some lovely music. Right, and hopefully you should be hearing that. Please let me know if you can hear it and that the sound levels are okay, because we don't want to deafen you with the music, and certainly don't want to deafen you with my incessant blabbing on away. So, also what I am going to do is to make it just a little bit more, so I can get a bit further in the game. I'm going to poke the game. That's something you don't hear very often, is it? So let's have a look. I don't think you can see this on your screen. No, you can't. Where we are, 24, 84, space 201. Right, that should have done it. Sounds okay, yeah. Sounds okay. Hey Gareth, 128 version. Yep, that's the one. Right, okay, so let's define these keys. Because I'm playing keyboard. And let's get into it. So if I've entered the port correctly, it should give me infinite lives. Can't beat a bit of a batarang. Now hopefully I can remember the right way to go. I can remember when this game first went out. The first time I played this game, I was just like in awe of how good the graphics were and how good Batman looked in it. It was just like absolutely awesome. I mean, to be fair, I don't think. I mean, I know it's, you know, computer graphics have got some. Oh, I jumped a little bit too far. What was I saying now? Oh yes, right, yes. So yeah, so like I say again, when it first came out, I remember thinking to myself, you know, that it looked awesome. You know, just sort of like being able to control Batman and it looking, you know, like he does in the movie. And I know that graphics and gameplay has moved on a considerable amount since then. But I still think for a 48K, 128K game on an old machine, it still looks and plays really, really well. And it's the kind of thing that if you do have it, you know, I would recommend playing it. Yeah, sorry. I'm forgetting which way to go. Will you stop throwing bombs at me? Oh, come on. Right. Right, we're getting near now. I think this is, we're at the end now, I think. There we go. And that's level 1. Right, just before we, I'll just catch up on the chat. So Andy remembers this on the Amiga. Yeah, I then later played it on the Atari ST. Everything about this game is great, isn't it? It really stood the test. It does really, yeah, it is. It's still a fantastic looking game, and it's still very, very playable as well. Which Martin has just said, yeah, very playable game, Martin. And Martin had it on the Amiga as well. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, I didn't. When did I get an ST? Was it 91? Yes, I got an Atari ST in 91, so I was behind you chaps. I was still rocking the Spectrum Plus 2 up until 1991 when I got the ST. So you know, yeah, these things happen. These things happen. Right then, next level. So now we're driving the Batmobile. No, I don't want to turn the corner. This level, the car driving levels are a bit janky. They're not as, I don't think they're as good as the, you know, as the actual, you know, Batman-y person walking around levels. Oh. Now, if I hadn't have enabled the poke on the game, you would see every time you have a collision, you would see where you can see that picture of Batman at the bottom of the screen. That would, every time you take a bit of damage or you get shot at, the picture turns into the Joker's face. That's for those who have never played this game before. Those chaps who have played it on the Amiga will know. But again, even though it is a little janky, the animation of the Batmobile itself is still really good. Oh! You know, it's still very clear, you can tell what it's supposed to be. I must be nearly there now. I mean, how far is it? Ooh. That looks like a Volkswagen Beetle. And I mean, the music ain't bad. You know, it's not annoying like some music on some Spectrum games could be. It's actually quite pleasant, really. And if I recall rightly, there is a website that you can go to that you can listen to all the music from the Spectrum games. If I dig it out, I will. For those that may be interested, I'll post a link on the group. On the group chat, but Yeah, I know I've got it. I'm pretty sure I've got it saved in my my Spectrum file. I've not listened to it for a while, but I know it's there. There was also as well. I forget who does it now. There's like a Spectrum soundtrack, like music radio channel. Oh, come on. There we go. Ah, we're near the end now. That was interesting, wasn't it? Just have a little quick... very late. Yes, I was, yeah. Yeah, remember that slowly turned into the Joker. That is right, Martin. Right, so now we've got to crack the Joker's code. So here we match up the different items. We have to do it before the timer runs out. So there's one there. Right, okay. Still one. Right, so it's that. None. Okay, so it's got to be the lippy. Lippy. Gel. Lippy. Lippy. Gel. One. Oh, come on. Lippy. No, come on. Lippy and what am I not seeing here? Right. Oh, I'm rushing because my time's not going. There we go. No, Andy, the order doesn't matter. You just need to get 3. And this is where we discover the bug. Because it just carries on and carries on like that. He's been using Brand X commercial is actually my favourite bit, yes. He's been using, but use Brand X and you get a grin again and again. Love that Joker. Yeah, don't get me started on that. I've watched that film so many times. Unbelievable. Right, Gotham City Parade. This level, we are flying the Batwing, which looks absolutely atrocious. But again, it's 89. Yeah, unfortunately can't shoot the helicopters down. bursting quite a few balloons here. These vehicle levels are a lot longer than what I remember. He stole my balloons! Why didn't somebody tell me he had one of those things? Bob, gun. I'm gonna need some alone time, boys. Sorry, I'm doing it. I said I wouldn't do it. I said I wouldn't say it. Quote the film. I must be near the end now. Yep, there we go. We've crashed. Right, so a little quick catch up with the chat. Andy played the soundtrack to death. He stole my balloons. I just said that. It would actually be fascinating to line this up with a 16-bit equivalent to highlight just how big the jump is. It must be one of the relative few overlap games. Well, funny you should say that, Andy. A few weeks ago, that was what I was going to do. I was going to play Batman, Robocop. What was the other one? There was another game. There was 3 games I was going to play that I had for the Spectrum that I also have for the Amiga Mini. Because I was going to hook up the Amiga Mini and I was going to play each version, which I still will do that. I mean, if that is something that you would enjoy seeing, then let me know, and I can do that, you know, for a future episode. It will be in the new year now because I already do have ideas and something planned for the next one, the next episode, which will be on the 21st. We're getting close to Christmas, isn't it? But yeah, so that is something I have in mind. Where does it get the wonderful toys? Yeah, where indeed. Batman 89 was an awesome film. It was, yes. Yes, very, very good film. Right. And now we're in the cathedral on our way to a showdown with the Joker. The Joker is not French. I don't know why I did that. No. I just swung a little bit too far there. Right. I need to remember which way to go. Oh, well, it's not that way. And it's not that way neither. Oh. I'm not entirely sure where he's firing that batarang out. I don't think I'm going to get up there, am I? It's probably not the way to go. No, that's... Hey, look funny walking down there then. No, bloody rats on the floor. Can you shoot that? Oh. love that. No, you can't shoot the rats, you've just got to walk over them. Yeah, so like I said, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm going the right way because it is a long time since I've played this game. I love how he looks when he's walking down them steps. That's funny. No, that's a dead end. No, that's a dead end as well. Oh, sneaky. There's little spikes on the floor. Must be the right way if there's spikes on the floor. That's going to be a dead end. I'm going to go this way because there's spikes on the floor. Come on, turn round. The controls are a little bit clunky. They're not particularly smooth. There's kind of there's a bit of a delay between the keystrokes and the actual movements, and that chap can obviously shoot through walls. Come on. No, we're not going that way. I'm not going to use the ladder to the steps, so I've got a bat grapple thing. Why would I? Oh, what's going on here now? No. Really? Now, did this lead somewhere? Yeah, it did it with a dead end, don't it? Batman is lost. I forgot about the spikes. Forgot about the spikes. Oh, it's sending me back to the beginning. Sorry. Who love that? It's like that's the little things. Now we know that that goes to a dead end. No, that's... yep. It's to a dead end. It's this one, isn't it? I'm getting all turned around. I mean, it was a pretty big cathedral in the game. I will give it that. do I want to go up here? Did I go up this way last time? Right, that way be spikes. Right, I think I'm back on track now. There'd be spikes there. There we go. Go away, rat. Send me back to the beginning. Let's send me back to the beginning. So anyway, when this game came out in 1989, almost 80 years ago, that feels like it. No. Oh, missed it. So back in the day, when I played and completed this, I did it without the pokes. Done it again. So, all I can assume is that I must have been far better playing games back then than what I am now. Is this the way to go? No, it's got to be this way. It's not on there because that's a dead end, I remember that one. The thing I assumed then was why it keeps sending me back to the beginning is that it must be that I have not yet reached the halfway mark. Does this take me to a dead end? Oh! I just missed that! The, yeah, you're gone. See ya. No, come on, face the other way. Oh, I think we're here. I think we're here. Right, what's happened here? Oh, you're joking me. It's glitched. It's glitched. Oh, he goes unfulfilled. Yeah, it's glitched. It's glitched. So I can't complete it. There's bug. Oh, absolutely. I just denied. Absolutely denied. And there's no level skip. So I can't skip back, and I can't even get myself killed to go back to the start of the level again. Oh dear. Well, I'll take this opportunity to catch up with the chat. Oh, that's the comparing the old versions to the new version. Yeah. No, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll pretty identical conceptually. Bat versus rat. Yeah. Can you grapple the rats? I don't know. Up is probably right. There isn't a bat map, I'm afraid. The real highlight of the gaming service has been whoever goes down. Yes. Yeah. Frustration setting in. Yes, there was frustration a little bit there. Yeah. Did you knock some off the platforms by swinging onto them? Yeah. That was a gargoyle to the left, right even. Got to be near the top. It's a bit harsh now. I remember the hours building up enough to swing to make those little jumps. Have to grapple the knees. Oh no, wait, maybe a little timer run down. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I've just muted the sound of the. I'll just take that earpiece out. I've just muted it for you, so you're not subjected to that awful noise. So yeah, let's just wait and see if this works with the timer running out. Hopefully, it will. It didn't, did it? It's gone back to a minute. I'll give it one more minute. Oh, until the counter finishes going down. And if it does nothing, then I'm afraid we're going to have to call it a day. Because I'm just looking at time. It's 9 o'clock. I've spent an hour on that game. That was a little bit longer than what I wanted to. Because I've got an hour now left to go through 3 games, which ain't good. So we're going to let it go down to 0 on this, and if it doesn't do out, then I'm binning it. What's that, Andy? Was this a known glitch? No. No, I suspect... No, it's not doing it. So... There we go. I'm going to have to reset it. There we go. No. Sorry, where's your Andy's comment? No, was it? No, I don't think it was. I suspect it's because I've used the infinite energy, you know, the infinite life poke. I think that's what's done it. I think using that poke has caused an imbalance somewhere in the programming of the game. So then it's got to that point there, and it's just glitched. So I do think it's as a result of that poke. But, you know, these things happen. You cheat, and this is what happens. What a shame. Yeah, it's a bat shame, but, you know, Joker got away with it. Well, like he does in the comics and the cartoons and everything. You know, Joker always gets away. We just saw the Joker vanish up there. Yes, he does indeed. He does indeed. Okay, I'll just flip back to the large camera because we're going to crack on and we're going to play Robocop. So let me just get my notes up for Robocop. And again, it's a box. This time it's a bigger box than what the Batman came in. And we've got some screenshots of the movie and also some screenshots of the arcade game, not the Spectrum game yet again. Again, when this game came out, I was all over this. I mean, just like Batman, when this movie Robocop came out, I was just like, I first saw it on a pirate video, and it was a really shonky one. But it was probably one that somebody had recorded with a VHS camcorder in a cinema somewhere, but that's how I first saw it. And then when it came out to rent on video cassette, there was a little shop just up the road from where I left, a typical corn shop called Pima's, and they used to have a video rental section, and I would rent this out every week. It got to the point where I can't remember the bloke's name now, but I tell you, if anyone remembers Mike Reed from Saturday Superstore, the guy that run this shop looked just like him. And it got to a point where the guy said to me, says, look, he used my full Sunday name there. He said, Edward, he said, I said, you can't, I said, I'm going to have to deny it. He says, you're going to have to let someone else hire this out, because you're hiring it out too much, which I was. I was just constantly renting it out. This and the first Terminator film as well, those two. And then I can remember there was a video shop in Dewsbury, the bottom of Daisy Hill, and they got a video of the making of Robocop, which I bought, and I used to just watch that. I think it was only about 20-25 minutes, about 25-30 minutes long, but it was just like behind the scenes, showed you how they made it, and they had little clips and snippets of the movie in it, and I just watched that. And then when Robocop finally came out on VHS to buy, yep, I got. In fact, tell you what, just wait there a second, because I do still have them. Just hang on a second. A bit unprofessional of me there, I know, but what the hell. So that was the VHS of the making of Robocop. Which, there's nothing spectacular about it, but it was 22 minutes. Sorry, it was 22 minutes long. And then Robocop on video came out, and it was just like, yeah. So I still have those. Love it. Love Robocop. I'll put them to one side. So we're showing you the box. You get, so inside the box you have plastic tray with the cassette in, which again, much like the Batman game, is just a black cassette with blue writing on. And again, this is 48K, 1 to 8K. On the little tray on the inside, you've got Ocean embossed into there. We have a small sheet with the instructions. We have another sheet with the instructions, but this sheet folds out into a rather nice poster. Look at that, eh? That's a little bit special. And then you also get, which again I put on my MFI special built-in wardrobes that I think Martin said, a sticker. Warning, this property is protected by Robocop. Which, yeah. So, like I say, again, not my originals, these, but it's nice to have them back with me. So, a few little tidbit information about Robocop. So, the game came out in '88 by Ocean Software, again, same as Batman, that was previously played. That was the year before Batman. This was '88, so it was $8.95. So, from '88 up until '89, the price of the game went up £1. And I got Robocop for Christmas 1988, and I was just, as soon as I opened it, that was it, and I was up on the loaded it up on my Spectrum Plus 2, and nobody saw me for the rest of Christmas then. I was just playing this game, and I'm not ashamed to admit it either, but I also got Kylie Minogue's first album for Christmas '88, so that would have been just Kylie Wanted was the title of that. And so while I was playing Robocop the game, because I was playing it on the +2 Spectrum that had the attached, data recorder to it, I was listening to Kylie through the Spectrum whilst playing Robocop of Christmas '88. It was a good time, good memories there. So it was reviewed in Crash issue 59, which was December of '88, and that got an overall score of 92%, which again meant it was a Crash smash. Okay, little catch up with the chat, and then we'll get the game rolling. Martin will buy that for $1. Excelsior main, drop it. Oh yes, sorry, yeah. We're hitting it with the Robocop quotes. Terminator. I wouldn't expect any other comment from you, Gareth, on that one. How can you not like Robocop? Anyway, thank you. Ah, yes, I seem to remember this being very buggy on Amiga. Also, just ducked and hopped a tiny bit. Yes, you don't get that in the Spectrum version. He doesn't jump or leap about on the Spectrum version, I'm afraid. Wardrobes were always full of stickers or posters. That's right, Martin. They were indeed. They were indeed. Okay, so let us swap screens. There we go. Back to that. We need to change the game case, don't we? Because we're now playing Robocop. And we're going to get it loaded up. What I'm tempted to do is maybe play this one without the pokes. Oh, bit of synthesized voice there as well. I like how they've got the high scores with the people from the film. Murphy, Lewis, Ed 209, Morton, Holton. Which one's Holton now? I think he might have been the other guy, wasn't it? With the anyway. So let's define our keys. So as you can see, very, very similar layout to how the Batman game was. And we'll see when I start playing this how... I mean, synthesized voice for a Spectrum back then was something like, wow. So here we go. So it's quite slow. I mean, it's not a bad game. I mean, like I say, I played it and played it and played it that Christmas of '88. But like I say, it is quite slow. But, again, as I say, there's a lot in common with that Batman game that I previously played. Now on this you can't shoot through the lady's dress. shot her then. No, ended up shooting her, I think. Yeah, I did, yep. Ended up shooting her. No, I've done it again. Sorry, love. Just walk it off, it'll be right. Take a paracetamol, you'll be right in the morning. Oh. There we go, got him. Now the secret to this is to time it just right, because you can punch the bikes. Come on. This ain't looking good. I need some baby food. That was close. Right, this is the where you have to match up the face to who you've caught. So you got photo ID, input data, and it's always it's always Emil Antonovsky. Wait a minute, I know you. We killed you. We killed you. Who are you? Yep. Leon Nash, Joe Cox, Steve Min, and Clarence Bodicker. I'll give the man a hand. Oh, come on. Now we do get to go upstairs, and I like the little animation of him walking upstairs. That's really good for a Spectrum for back then. You know, it keeps it nice and fluid. Yep. Come on. Again, controls aren't that responsive. There is a bit of a lag between the button press. He's clapping his hands while holding his gun. Oh, three-way guns. Oh, come on. I'm stuck on that one, I'm afraid. Has it sent me back to the beginning? It has, hasn't it? No, was there something? No, there wasn't nowhere, was there? You see, also as well, the problem that you have is when they start firing, you can't fire. It's like a delay, which I assume must be due to like the memory usage of of the way the game's programmed. I shot you in the knee, sir. This, of course, is the drug factory from that bit in the film. You know, where he breaks the door down and goes around, starts taking names. Oh no, I'll get that one. Actually, no, I'll leave it. I have to get every pickup. Alright, what, let it fire downwards? Ugh. It's the start there that gets you. Look at that guy trying to run into the wall. I went right over my head, did that. Got ya. Right then. So, we're off on his way to see Dick Jones. But no, he's not going to let us do that, is he? Directive 4, his little contribution to his programming. Which then means now I have to fight Ed 209. Oh. That was easier than I remember.
Robocop.
Oh, and that's it.
Robocop.
Oh, I got my name. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. So that was Robocop. I'm going to move on. Because like I say, it's 25 past and I've got another couple of games still to get in yet. Don't dislike it, can't say it's amazing either. I think it's all right. Okay. Directive 4 classified, oh yes. Diagonal shooting, finite ammo 2, yes. Yes, it's a tough game, Andy. I think you can just hit the shoulders above hers. You can, yeah. You just aim for the shoulders or the head. Sometimes you can get the head as well. Pardon me, you suffered an emotional shock. Ed shot you. Yes, he did. Pretty hard to get pepper from all directions. Ed 2025. I'm just trying to remember the toy ones that they did years ago. Was it 828? Would it 8266 or 8286 or something? I remember it fired caps out of the back, didn't it? So yeah, right, okay. Okay, that was Robocop. Back to the big camera. Marching on now, Exolon, which is an excellent game. See what I did there? I like that. I'm on the lookout for another copy of this. This does work, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. It's just that it doesn't have any of the internal gubbins or the bump. So I've just basically got the inlay and the cassette. The inlay, it's a nice bit of artwork there. It's a bit generic, but it's all right. We've got the usual screenshots on the back, which are of... Oh! Well, call my ghast flabbered. These are the Spectrum screenshots. And there we go. I know why they've done that, because Exolon, along with Cybernoid and Cybernoid 2 and Synapse, were Hewson games. And Hewson games were really, really good at constructing Spectrum games where you had very little to no colour clash on them, and they were able to make them very colourful, and the sound on them was great as well. White cassette, white label, blue writing, and again you have 48K mode, 1 to 8 and 1 to 8 plus 2. But if you're playing on the plus 2, you have to play it in 48K mode. You cannot play it in 1 to 8K mode on the plus 2. That's the game. Put that back there. Some information about Exolon. So that was released in 1987 by Hewson Consultants, which was a UK publisher and games publisher and designer, and that was $7.95. So as you can see, we've had a game from 87, a game from 88, and a game from 89, and they've all gone up incrementally by £1 each. So 87, $7.95, 88, $8.95, and then 89, $9.95. Well, I've pretty much covered what I've said on my notes there. Like I said, latter part of the 80s, Hewson Consultants pumped out great games, Exolon being the best which I feel is the best of them. It came out in 87, I already mentioned that. Now, back in the day, I didn't have the original. I didn't have that. I had it on a copy, and it was on its own dedicated C15 boots tape. which if people remember those, they were a black cassette with a yellow label with Boots written on them. And I did play this game a lot. Really, I mean a lot. It was, it like just had permanent residency in my cassette and on the Spectrum. So Crash reviewed this game in issue 43, which was published in August of 87. They gave it an overall 90% score, which again, it was a Crash smash. So we've got 3 for 3 here at the moment. Okay, we're going to load it up. Let's get rid of me from there, like that. Oh, sorry. I'll just have a quick catch up with the chat before I do. I need to get into more of a flow focus here. Oh no, I don't need to. There's no comments. That's fine. That's fine. So we need to change the game artwork. And we'll come on, where are you? There we go. We've got some nice music for this. I'll just let it play a couple of seconds. Love it, love that. It's a great tune on that one. And if you can imagine, like back in the day, so back in 87, people would have been used to playing on the 48K Spectrum, which was just a beeper, an internal speaker with a beeper. And there was some decent, I mean, like Manic Miner, which was one of the first games to have, Spectrum games to have music while you played. And going from that to go into this was made possible because the 128K Spectrum had an AY chip installed into it, so programmers were able to start doing music for the games, which just sounded better and enhanced the gameplay somewhat as well. It also helped with the sound effects in the game. Okay, I'm going to define my keys. And we're going to go. So this is just pretty much side-scrolling, blasting, shooting for a game. It's an amazingly playable game. The graphics are good. The sound's good. Repeat playability. It's just an all-round great game. Again, you've got to watch your ammo on this, because there's no infinite ammo or anything like that. Same with your rockets as well. And again, you have to be careful. You have to time your jumps, because the higher you jump, the balloons, the bubbles. Oh. Sorry, just got a little bit distracted there. Pixel perfect jumps on this as well, so if you don't get the jump just right. This one, it's a guided missile, and what you've got to do is you've got to knock out that tower there, and then that gets rid of that. So I'm just looking across at the chat there. Yeah, very much what I thought back in the day, Andy. I'll just can we hold? Yeah, we hold. I'll just put that up. So yeah, so Andy's loving the walk, and he just mentioned about Boba Fett got to sue someone. Yeah, I like to say again, I felt the same with it. Very much Boba Fetty look. Oh, come on. Now, this pod here, so we've got backpack, single gun, but then we go in here, press up, and we got a super snazzy. We get 2 guns. Oh, and we get shot. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get the haul of points that you get by walking past that. And if I can time it just right... Oh, obviously didn't time that one right, did I? Very rusty. I'm going to get shot. Hey, I'm going to get shot there. Now, if you want to play all the games that, well, apart from the bonus game, Berzerk, which you can do, but you'd have to download an emulator for it. If you do want to play these games, the links, the web links that I include in the video description will take you to a website, Spectrum Computing, where you can download the games, but some games also give you the ability to play them online if you don't have an emulator. But if you do want suggestions for a good emulator, I would recommend the Fuse emulator. That's probably that's the one that I use. I'm gonna get killed again. Anyway, so there we go. That was Exolon, which was excellent. So what time are we now? We're on 25 to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the bonus game. I know. It's but I'm just mindful of the time. I want to try and keep it to 2 hours. Punchy. And welcome, Arcade 1UP UK 767. I'm not sure I've seen your name in the chat before, but thanks for coming in and watching. I appreciate that. And, you know, thank you for commenting. I recognise that name. Punchy. I probably will have done. Tell you what, I'll have a quick look at it, and I'll be able to tell you whether or not I have. Punchy. Let's edit. From. Oh yes, I have. Yes, I have played Punchy. Yeah, it's the one that Hunchback is based off, or vice versa. I can't remember which way they came out now, but yeah, Punchy is very much like Hunchback by by Ocean Software. Looks a slick game. It is, Martin. I love it. It's a great game, and you know, even if you just want to jump on for 10 minutes to have a quick game, which can sometimes quickly lead into half an hour, 2 hours, you know, because it is an addictive game. And once you get your rhythm to it, you know, you can get quite far into it. Oh, thank you, Arcade. Subbed and Punchy was the first video game I ever owned. Let me just check the year on that one. I do, like I said, I do remember playing it because of its likeness to Hunchback. Right. So 83, Mr. Micro. Hunchback. I bet Hunchback came out afterwards, didn't it? Yeah, did you? Hunchback, right? Yeah. So Hunchback is I reckon Hunchback had been inspired by Punchy because they are very, very, very similar. Well, very similar in the gameplay. The graphics are slightly different. I would say the graphics are a bit more advanced in Hunchback than what they are in Punchy, but you can see the inspiration there for them. Yeah. Cool. Right. Excellent. Rastan was a game port. It was a pretty good port on the spec. Rastan, yeah, I think I've got Rastan actually on the shelf somewhere. Right, well we can. That's the last of the Spectrum games. We're going to move on to our bonus game now, so I can close that down. We'll change the game case because we're going to be playing Berzerk on the Atari 2600. When I open the file up, there we go. There we go. So what I will do then is we'll do a little bit of talking point about it before I get into the game. Go back on the game. Right. This is my copy of Berzerk, which is here. It's a little bit tatty, but it's been loved and it's been played. I don't have the instruction booklet. I always am on the lookout for the instruction booklet so I can complete it. Oh, hold it upside down. But I am always as well looking for a better copy as well. But that's the game cartridge. The game cartridge just does still work. And if I reach over here, again, I'm getting up twice on the street. It's very unprofessional of me. I do apologise. I have the recently released enhanced version, which is in a green box rather than a red box, which tallies because back in the day you could get this in a green box, and I also believe later on it was released in when they changed the artwork to the silver boxes. So there were many iterations of it. I mean, it's just I have the book Art of Atari, which is a Phil Lapatino, the guy's name is. If you have the chance to get it, I would very recommend it, especially if you love the artwork for the old Atari game cases. The artwork on them is something else, and I was always a great believer that even with Spectrum games, the artwork on Spectrum games was good. I mean, not so much these because you're getting into the late 80s, but the early 80s games, because of the basic programming and the basic look of the games, the artwork on the cassette, had to sell them. And the artwork was amazing. But as a kid playing the Spectrum back then, when you were playing the game, it looked like the artwork on the case, because of the imagination. You just let your imagination take over. And so it didn't matter how crappy the graphics were, your imagination made up for that. There we go. Talking too much. Let's just pop that back there. So what can I tell you about Berzerk? Well, Berzerk was actually originally released in 1980 in the arcades by a company called Stern Electronics, which was based in Chicago over in the United States of America. And it was released on the Atari 2600 in 1982. Atari published it themselves. I couldn't find the exact price, but I found the prices of contemporary games that came out the same time as Berzerk that were based off arcade ports, and the price would probably have been round about $25.99, thereabouts. So the aim of the game, the object of the game, is you control a humanoid, and you have to find yourself through a maze, avoiding the robots, and you've also to avoid the character called Evil Otto. Now that was just like a smiley face that would come bouncing across the screen, and essentially the purpose of Evil Otto was to kind of encourage the more tardy player to speed up. It was just basically to keep the pressure on, because there's no countdown timer on it, so it's to keep the pressure on and try and get you to play the game a lot quicker. I didn't play this back in the day, but a cousin had this game, and I would play it. That's how I would play it. But I do vaguely remember playing it on the in the arcade occasionally. This one and Robotron, which is again very similar to. No Crash review for this game because it wasn't a Spectrum game. I did look into a few various contemporary reviews from back in the day, and it got all very favourable reviews saying that it was a great game to play and it had lots of repeat play value, things like that. So yeah, that's it. So that's the end of my notes. I can close that down. We'll just one more check at the chats. Custer's Revenge was pretty good on the 2600. I've heard of that, not played it, but I'll look into that one. And here with Elite. Sorry, Andy, I'm not following on that one. Here with the same with Elite. About a game that you played a lot or that you enjoyed. I'm assuming that's what you mean in anyway. Okay, right. So let's get rid of me because you don't want to see me. You want to see the game. Where are we now? Yep. Oh, do you know something? What I forgot to do? I forgot. Give us a second.
Bonus game.
I forgot my own little VT, didn't I, for the bonus game thing. Tell you, just can't get this stuff, can you? Oh, man, bam, what are you going to do? Sorry, as in visualising. Ah, right, yes, from images and graphics just went away from. Yeah, sorry, gotcha, yes. Right, okay, I can get into the game now then. There was, yes, there was. Bonus. Right, are you going to leave me alone now so I can go on with this game? Very basic graphics. But again, I don't care because the playability on this is amazing. I have a couple of Ataris. One that's boxed up and one that is my everyday play on, which is down here. I have it down. I have it on a shelf underneath my Spectrum Plus 2. And Berzerk is one of those games that I will just shove the cartridge in and I will play. Just have like 5 minutes on it because it is one of those games that you can just drop in 5 minutes and play. Oh. Now apparently the game designer for Berzerk was inspired, believe it or not, for the bad guys, even though they look nothing like them. But it was inspired by Daleks for the enemy robots. I'm just walking through all the. Oh, come on. That was poor. That was a poor effort. Now, when we get to the end of the stream, I have a favour to ask of people that may be watching or who may watch. Whoa, that's a bit. That were a bit cheeky, was that? Dropping me right just in the middle here. Yeah, for the people who may be watching live, and then again, maybe people who watch it on catch up. But look at this. I mean, it's just like, you know, you can't just drop me right in next to him. It's a bit harsh. Yeah, I'm not risking it. I'm going this way because you're firing a bit too quick there. Oh, flower. Oh. No, these are moving a little bit quick, aren't they? Yeah. Too quick. Oh, that's harsh. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... What I'll do is I'll linger about and see if we can encourage Evil Otto to make an appearance. Come on, where is he? He's not coming, is he? Maybe he's a bit shy. Right, okay. Right, let's see if he comes now. We'll just give it a couple of... a second or so. Where is he? Maybe he's shy. Yep, maybe he's shy. Okay. We'll leave him. Oh, joking. Just... Oh, really? Oh dear. Just so you know, we'll start you in his lap, shall we? What I'm gonna do is, before we go, because I'm pretty sure. Let me just have a look, because I. Oh, where are you now? Just as a little bonus before I do sign off for the night. There we are. There you are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to drop it here. Just bear with me. It'll be worth it. At least I hope it's going to be worth it. So what I'm going to do is, we've done with the bonus game. So let's say goodbye to Berzerk and the Atari. We'll get rid of that because we don't need that. We don't need the game cases up anymore. We're going to flip back to the Spectrum. And what we're going to do is, so open that. All right. Now I need to change the machine. Let's go to 128K. Open. And we're going to play Horace and the Robots. I had to. So this is a homebrew game that somebody did, which mashes up my boy Horace from Horace Goes Skiing, and also the name of my other Instagram account, which is Spectral Horace, which is the Instagram account that I put all my vintage retro gaming, home micros, all stuff like that. Things to do with Spectrum, anything vintage retro to do with Spectrums or the home micro computers and things like that. That all goes on the Spectral Horace YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, sorry, yeah, on Instagram you can check that out. I do, funnily enough, I do have a YouTube channel for it, but I don't post anything to it. And I suppose really I ought to do these videos on that YouTube channel, didn't I? But for some reason, I think because people know me as Vaults of Iacon, I just thought I'll just do it on there. But anyway, let's not get carried away from this. So let me see now, what's the keys for this? There we go. So as you can see, it's not as animated as the Atari Berzerk, but Horace, there, oh look, there's Otto. That's what should be happening when I'm playing the Atari version. Can you shoot Otto? I'm not hanging about. I'm not hanging about to find out. I know on the Atari version, you can shoot Otto. Oh, it's a bit harsh. The controls are much more responsive on this one than what they are on the Atari version. Anyway, I'm getting carried away here with this one, aren't I? It's oh, I'm on my last life anyway, so no, right, there we go. So that was Horace and the Robots as a little bonus game for you. Let's shut that down, shall we? And we'll go back to the big screen. There we go. Right, that's it then. Well, that's the end of Syntax Era number 10. I hope you enjoyed those games. I hope you enjoyed watching me play them, and I hope that it's brought back some memories for you, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's encouraged you to probably consider doing more retro gaming yourself. I do enjoy playing modern games, but I always end up going back to the classics like this. They're just, you know, there's just a lot more playability, I think, with them. There's also that nostalgia connection. And I find them more challenging as well, in a way, because you don't have instant respawns, or, you know, it's a case of you've got your set amount of lives, and you're relying more on skill than what you can do with some modern games. But anyway, there we go. So that's it. I am back again on, let me see now. It will be, you know something, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be back, so you might have to watch that space. Sorry, watch that space. Watch this space. I'll be back with the Cosmic Council on the 17th of December. I will be back for a Syntax Era on the 21st of December. And next week it's going to be Dave, Lee and Rudy for Toy Me, Toy You, because we alternate our weeks like that. So yes, so for me, I don't know. I don't think there's anything really that I've got, unless I've got a couple of items due in. So if they come in, I may do a short video on them. But there's nothing. I haven't anything actually specifically planned. So you just have to wait and see. So there we go. Right. Anyway, that's it. So thank you for watching. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Have a great week next week, and we will see you when we see you. Bye. Oh, I nearly forgot. There was that thing, didn't I, about saying about helping me out, if anyone can help. I'm after some bulbs. You know, it's Christmas time, and you have decorations, and the bulbs always, something happens between last Christmas and then when they're all packed away in storage, something happens with the bulbs, and they just decide they're not going to work. I need bulbs, and these are they're very, very small. I don't know if you can get zoomed in like that. I mean, I know it's not game related, and I do apologise for bringing it up here, but I need some of these bulbs. So it doesn't matter what colour they are. The colour is irrelevant. I just want some of these bulbs. I need some, because I have a Christmas decoration that I've had for years and years and years. Got a lot of sentimental value. I love it to bits, and I can't bear the thought of not being able to use it or have it anymore. So I just glanced down this chat. No, they're not LEDs, Andy. They are actual bulbs. The filament bulbs. But it's the shape and the size. They've got like this really long blade to the rear, to the base of it, and then like a tiny little bulb there. But that's what I'm after. If anyone can help out that's watched the stream or may watch it on repeat play or whatever, that's so anyway, yeah. So that's it. This time I am going. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye for now.